welcome back to my channel. Did y'all miss me? Did y'all miss y'all's girl? Because I sure as hell missed you guys. But your girl's just trying not to die under the pressure of wedding planning. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. But I hope you guys had a fantastic week. And I am back today with another Ask Nikki. I know that we have not done one of these videos in forever, and you guys have been requesting it time and time and time again. And honestly, it just warms my heart that you guys love this series as much as I do. So I'm so excited. We're about to get into this Ask Nikki girl. If you are new to my channel, first of all, hi, what's up? My name is Nikki. I go by Nikki Glamour here on YouTube, and I do crazy story times and challenge videos and Ask Nikki's. And this series on my channel is exactly what it sounds like. It's called Ask Nikki, and my fellow Glamazons will email me at asknikki@yahoo.com with their particular situation or problem that they need my mediocre advice on. The thing that I love about this series in particular is that you're not just getting my advice, you're also getting your fellow Glamazons advice through polls that you can find on the top right hand corner of your screen, as well as down in the comment sections below. And I just love that it gets us talking, it gets the communication going, and we can all help each other out with different scenarios and situations that we get ourselves into on a daily basis, okay? Because we all know life is full of drama, girl. But before we get into this Ask Nikki, you guys know that I have to have my drink of choice. Now, your girl is trying her best not to drink that much alcohol because I am trying to get in shape for the wedding. So today, I'm drinking some mint tea because I'm fancy. Y'all already know I'm just so fancy. I decided to drink the tea because we're about to spill the tea. As usual before, ooh, that's standing up on its own. Yes, girl. Okay, but don't risk it though. As usual, today's glamour shot of the day is my gorgeous Glamazon Paige. Paige, thank you so much for tagging me on Twitter with your beautiful glamour shot. I love it. You look amazing. Thank you for loving me and supporting me and coming back to watch my videos all the time. I love you, and I could not do this without you guys. You know that I would not be here without you, and I could not do this without you guys, and I love you from the bottom of my heart. Now let's get into this Ask Nikki girl. Okay, so my first email is a little sad, but I feel like we definitely need to talk about it. We need to help our girl out. So this email is from my girl Samantha. Hey Samantha. Her subject line is about to break down in tears. Dear Nikki, I know that you probably get like 1,000+ emails, but I'm still hoping that you can read this. Yes girl, I got you. I'd really love your advice since I see you as an older sister. I'm currently in a new school here in Colorado, and I've been here for a couple of weeks. The problem is I just can't adapt. I keep missing my old school, and I get emotional throughout the school day. I'm also having trouble making friends since a lot of people know each other already. Whenever I try to be friends with a certain group, something always goes wrong. I end up not liking the people, or I see that they're negative people. Also in the mornings I get anxiety and start to feel sick to my stomach, which is a really bad thing. Anyways, I'd really love your advice because I feel that to be a good student, I have to want to be at this school. I'd like to say thank you for being an outstanding YouTuber, and I really love your story times. If you're reading this, it means the world to me. Love, Samantha. Oh my God. Okay, so I picked this email because I feel like I know about this life so well, and you guys already know why. Even before I started going to high school, I went to multiple middle schools and multiple elementary schools. It's just the way that it was. My mom always tells me that she genuinely believes that in a past life that she was like a gypsy, because my mom just can't sit still. And honestly, it was like a blessing in disguise because now I kind of know how to adapt to my surroundings and make friends. But I would be lying to you if I told you that I didn't have days like that. You guys, I would have like lunch in stalls when I was younger, like in bathroom stalls, because I didn't have friends, or I was too shy, or like nobody liked me, or I was the new kid. And like I know that feeling so much, like you have no idea. Like I was genuinely like that scene in Mean Girls where Lindsay Lohan is eating her lunch in the bathroom stall. That was me, okay? When it comes to stuff like that, it gets really difficult because then you like feel like you're the odd one out, and like you said, you're trying to make friends, and then you realize maybe I don't really like that person, which is like the hardest thing too, is finding good friends. And like you try to be friends with somebody and then you peep the fact that like they may be like low-key shady, and you're like, ooh, no. You didn't mention your age or what grade you're in, but honestly it really doesn't matter. When you're starting a new school, it's all about your mindset, right? And you're not always going to get along with every person, and it's not going to be easy right off the bat. But every week, in my opinion, every week gets a little bit more comfortable and a little bit easier. When it comes to making friends, I always found that I made some really good friends in the most random places, like not in my everyday classes, but it would always be like that girl that I would see every day that like didn't have any classes with me, but her locker was right next to mine. Or like a girl that like I met on the bus, or like a girl that I met in the library. It was always people like that I didn't see like a whole lot of, that I always found quality friendships in. I don't know why. I have no idea why it always worked out that way. I legit, you guys, made so many friends in the lunchroom. Like I was that girl. I would like go to random tables and sit like next to the girl that was like studying by herself, or how to stop caring so much. Like people are nicer than you think, and the worst thing that they can say is no. Like even if they're rude, then girl, let them be miserable, but whatever. Just talk to people. And a lot of times the biggest icebreaker is to compliment them. Compliment them on their shoes, on their shirt, on their hair, because everybody tries really hard in school to look good. I don't care what nobody says, especially in the beginning of the year, everybody's trying their best. And when you actually take the time to compliment them on what they worked hard on, it really just kind of lowers their wall and makes them see you as a friend. Like, oh my God, thanks girl. If I wanted to be your friend, damn it, I'm gonna be your friend, and I'm gonna go over there and make sure you're gonna be my friend. So like it just got to the point where like when you stop caring so much, then you're not giving off like that stressed out, anxious vibe. And people kind of chill out and they're like, hey, you know, what's up? My name is so-and-so or whatever. And it just kind of works out. Number one, don't ever conform yourself. You're great the way you are. Number two, just try to like talk to people in the most random spots, by your locker, in the bathroom, when you're at lunch, when you're in your classrooms. Once you get over it and just try it like once or twice, just go up to a random person, just a stranger, and compliment them and introduce yourself. And it may take them a second to kind of figure out what you're about, because people nowadays aren't nice, and we just don't know how to communicate face to face. We're always on our phones. We're always doing everything electronically. So if they don't respond in the best way right away, don't be put off by it. It's just the age that we live in, and they'll come around, and then guess what? When they see you in the hallway, they see you in the bathroom, they'll remember you, and they'll be like, oh, hey, what's up? And then it just turns into, I don't know what this is. It just turns into a thing, girl. And then all of a sudden, you know this person and that person and this person. And it just makes it a lot more fun. So have fun, enjoy your time in school, have as many friends as you possibly can, and just do not get involved in people's drama. Like honestly, the way that I managed to stay out of drama, because I learned so many lessons my freshman and sophomore year, is just don't be around for it. Like legit, you guys, it got to the point that like, say I was like sitting with a group of my girls, right, in the lunchroom, and then they started talking about so-and-so, or they started talking about Ashley and what had happened with Ashley's boyfriend. Because I'm there for it, if anything happens, or if anybody's like, ooh, I heard them talking shit about Ashley, I'm not trying to be involved in that. So like the minute that I started hearing that, I dipped. Like I just peaced out and like come up with an excuse. Oh, I see my friend, I'll see y'all later. And I would just kind of like fade out and disappear. That way, nobody can say, oh, Nikki was there. Oh, Nikki was talking. Your name can't be in it because you weren't there. Just be nice, be yourself. Try to say hi to random people. And one of my goals back in the day was like to try to meet someone new every single day, to try to talk to someone that I didn't know every day. And it just kind of builds up, and then people just start recognizing you or saying, hey, what's up to you. And as a teenager, because your teenage years are supposed to be some of the funnest years of your life, so do not let anybody in your life ruin that for you, okay? You need to have fun, make as many friends as you can, join clubs, girl. Don't let nobody come and steal your joy. Don't let anybody come and make you feel less than. If one group doesn't want to hang out with you, guaranteed another person will. So just give it a second, be nice, stay out of drama, and just have fun, girl. Be yourself, and everything will be fine, and everything will work itself out. Keep your head up, stay strong, and have a fantastic year. So my next email is from my girl. We will call her Kelly. And Kelly's subject line is defending myself. Hey Nikki, I love your videos. They're like a novella I can't miss. Oh, thanks girl. Okay, so I work at Little Caesars. Oh, time out, hold up. So did I. My ass used to work at Little Caesars when I was in high school. So when I read this email, I was like, oh girl, I know that life. So I work at Little Caesars. When I first started working there, I got along with my coworker really fast. So we would play fight and argue and mess with each other. But now sometimes he's more rough. Like he'll hit me, not abusively, and I'll hit him back and we'll just go back and forth. And I tell him to stop, that I'm serious and I don't want to play anymore, but he doesn't listen and he keeps messing with me after I put a serious face telling him to stop and leave me alone. Did he lose his respect for me since the beginning because I would let him mess around? How do I get him to stop bothering me when I tell him to leave me alone? I don't want to tell the manager because I want to learn to defend myself on my own. So how do I make him stop doing this? Also, I just want to learn to defend myself in any situation by myself. Thank you so much. Sincerely, your Glamazon. You know, I wanted to talk about this because I've been in this situation before. I'm a very playful person. And when I was younger, like in high school and stuff, I always had a lot of guy friends. One, because they're just easier to get along with. And two, because I grew up with boys. It's all I knew. And a lot of times, girls just kind of took one look at me and were like, oh, I don't like that hoe. And I would just be like, well, I mean, whatever. You guys know that I'm a huge advocate for confrontation. And confrontation, that word in itself has such a negative connotation to it because some people just don't do it right. Confrontation is not there to start a fight. Confrontation is there to confront the other person and to talk about your feelings and to clear the air and get it out of the way, because we cannot continue to live our life expecting people to read our mind. It's really not that hard to have a conversation and to communicate. We started play fighting with this guy and it's just getting a little bit too rough. All you have to do is look at him and be like, look, I'm sorry, like I don't think we can play fight like that. You are just too big, too strong, and I can't. Guys won't get mad at that. They feel real manly and they feel big and they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, my muscles almost killed you. You know what I'm saying? And they don't get mad. But if he continues to do it, it gets to a point where like, I just don't play around like that. Like I'll warn you once or twice, like, hey, can you not, like, stop. Like I have to tell you guys a story. One time, you guys, I damn near got into a full-blown fist fight with one of David's friends at a party. We had been drinking and he has been my friend since I met David, like 6 years, okay? And he's known David since like middle school and he's a really cool guy. He just gets a little handsy whenever he gets drunk, and I'm the kind of person, you know, I have an older brother, I had my cousins, and they would pick on me when I was little, and I was always taught, they hit you, you hit them back. Like my mom always used to say that, you want to be out there playing with the boys and they hit you, I don't want to hear it, you better hit them back. So I've always had that mentality, and so he started trying to play with me like that because he's known me for so long. I can tell you guys more details about that night, but it was the same thing. Like he was playing with me and at first it was okay, and then it just became too much. Like got to a really bad point. So if you guys would like to hear that story, let me know down below. I had no problem looking at him and being like, hey, stop it. Like, I already told you, like, I have issues with that. Like, I can play with you and that's fine. But when I tell you I'm done, like, I'm done. I'm not playing with you no more. And it came to a point where, like, you know, he kept doing it. And it came to a point where I was like, dude, if you don't stop, like, stop it. Like, I just don't deal with that well. I have personal space issues. If you and I are friends and I don't see you as a threat, it's fine. But the minute I even feel that you're a threat to me, oh no, like we're gonna have a problem and you need to stop. And his problem was, as I was genuinely looking him in the eyes and saying, stop it, stop putting your hands on me, I'm done, stop. And he just like, he just wouldn't. He like legit stepped toe to toe to me and was like, well, what are you gonna do? I was like, oh! He and I are still friends. We're cool. We just know now, we know not to push those boundaries, especially if we're drinking, because when I drink and someone tries me, I become very aggressive, and he has the same tendency. So I was just like, we can't be drinking around each other. And we had a conversation about it, he and I, after the fact, and I was like, we cannot do that. Like, I'm not trying to ruin your relationship and your friendship with David, and like, I'm not trying to ruin the friendship between you and I. Those are my boundaries. I don't know what to tell you. You know, let's just not do that anymore. And he agreed, and he was like, you know what, you're absolutely right. Like, let's just not. So just have a conversation with that guy, because, you know, a conversation can really just handle a lot, and you can just tell him, look, I thought it was funny, but you're kind of strong, and, you know, it's a little scary, and I just need you to like not. No matter how old you get, no matter what you're doing for a living, no matter what life is throwing at you, you will always come to a point in your life where you have to stand up for yourself. It's just gonna happen. You can't avoid it forever. And if you do, and if you choose to try to avoid it forever, you're gonna be mistreated. You're gonna have people talking to you crazy, trying to abuse you, you know, trying to do stuff that you're not comfortable with, all because you don't want to open your mouth. And at the end of the day, you are a person and you matter. Your personal space matters, your boundaries matter, and it is what it is. Like, people in this life are going to try you. People in this life are going to test their boundaries with you, and it is your responsibility and your responsibility alone to defend yourself and to make sure that you're safe and that people around you know your limits and your boundaries. And it's really not a bad thing. You don't have to be like a biatch about it. You just have to, you know, just be honest. And like, I never try to be like aggressive. I'm always just like, hey, can you like not, like, you know, I got issues, you know, like, or whatever, like, and I just try to be real with them and be like, look, I'm not trying to be like a Debbie Downer, or I'm not trying to like cause any issues. That's just my issue, you know, it's just my limit. Can you please not do that anymore? Don't be scared, girl. Don't be scared. You got this. Everything's gonna be fine. Just have a talk with your friend and be like, hey, cut it out. Stop it. Don't be touching me. So my next email is from my girl. We will call her Patricia. Hey, Patricia. Her subject line is, girl, I got tea and I need help ASAP. SOS. Hi, Nikki. So I need some advice on what to do in my situation that happened last night. So let me tell you the story. I dated this guy for about 3 months, and I've been really good friends with his 2 sisters for years, and he and I were friends for years before we dated. We broke up when he left for college and haven't talked since. He recently started dating this hoe-ass chick I don't like. Her, because she told me to change her name, so we'll name her Lisa. Okay, so this hoe-ass chick I don't like named Lisa, who's also friends with his sisters. They talked for a little bit before he and I dated, and she wasn't loyal to him, so they stopped. She is in high school along with me and his sisters. We all go to school together while he is in college a couple of hours away. So last night we had a school dance, nothing fancy, just something fun for the beginning of the year. I'm taking a video of my best friend dancing, and I noticed that in the video I caught Trisha dancing on a guy who wasn't her boyfriend, aka my ex. I was watching the video, I looked over and realized she was cheating on her man, my ex, right in front of me. So I took more videos just to have proof of her dancing in case I decided to tell him or his sisters, because I'm really good friends with his sisters. And girl, I don't know what to do. He and I said we would be friends, but it basically just didn't work out, and we didn't talk. But when we were dating, he always told me how he had been cheated on in the past, and he had really bad trust issues, and his biggest fear in a relationship was getting cheated on. And I know this is none of my business because he's not my boyfriend and she's not my friend, but I'm trying to put myself in his shoes and think how I would feel if my man was dancing with another girl. Like, I would want someone to tell me. So I need your help, girl, please. Do I tell him or his sisters, or do I keep this to myself and let him get cheated on? I love you so much, and I hope you read this and get back to me. Alright, so in a nutshell, we were together for 3 months. So prior to you guys being together, he got with this chick named Lisa, but then she wasn't loyal. So then they stopped dating. And then he got with you. You guys dated for 3 months, but you've been really, really, really good friends with his sisters that go to school with you. So when y'all were dating, I bet it was great because like you were friends with his sisters and y'all were dating and everything was great. And then he went off to college, you guys broke up, agreed to still be friends, but he left. And then he started dating Lisa's hoe ass again. And then you go to a school dance and you see her dancing up on some other guy in the background of a video that you were trying to take of your friend. And now you're wondering, do you get involved? Do you spill the tea, girl? Do you tell his sisters? And do you tell on that hoe ass bitch? Okay, first of all, I got some questions, okay? Because part of this isn't making sense. He left for college and you guys broke up. And you're not telling me, I mean, I don't know y'all's business, but what I do know, it doesn't seem like anything like terrible happened between you guys. It just seemed like he was going off to college, you're staying in high school, maybe it's like the distance thing, and like y'all just decided it wasn't gonna work. But like if that were the case, like why would he start dating yet another girl that goes to high school, that doesn't go to college, that he can't see every day, that's basically in the same situation as you? Like that makes absolutely no sense. So you have this tea and you got proof of this tea. So what do? Like it's like this hot tea in your hand and you're like trying to like figure out, do I throw it? What do I do? Any other scenario, I would definitely say, like if you guys are still friends, like to be like, hey, I think that you're a great person. There's no bad blood between us. I just wanted to let you know what I saw, because I've been in that situation, you guys. That's another story I gotta tell you. Okay, so there was this one time that I was working at that bar. I think you guys remember the story time. And there was a time in my life that I was working at a bar. And at this bar, I saw at the time, it was my best friend's sister's husband, and he was in the bar that I was working at, and he was like talking to some other girl, and then he legit, you guys, came up to me and saw me and like felt all guilty, and he came up to me at the bar and was like, hey, you know that I'm like so and so's husband. And I was like, yeah, I know. And he was like, can you like do me a favor and like not tell her that I was here? She doesn't know I'm here. And I was like, I've been in that situation before, so I get why you feel this way. However, okay, the biggest thing for me, my biggest issue with telling and my biggest issue with you getting involved is, number one, this is drama nonetheless. It's still drama, girl. Number two, you said that they dated before he got with you, and guess why they broke up? Because she couldn't remain loyal. So part of me feels like you made your bed, you knew what this girl was about, you knew her tendencies, you knew her whole tendencies, and you still got back with her. Now if she does the same thing, do I feel bad? Do I try to save you? Because I mean, he's obviously already seen this in her. They broke up once about this exact same issue once before, you know what I'm saying? So why would he get back with her? Like at that point, it's just like, boy, you don't want to be saved. If it was me, I would say it ain't my problem, because he already knows that, like he obviously knows that she has that in her, and like if she didn't get no help and she didn't give herself time to heal and figure out what's going on with her, for her to not want to be loyal, then that's like their issue. Like, because if you get involved, girl, here's what I'm scared of. If you show his sisters, like let's just say hypothetically speaking, you show his sisters this video and then they get mad and then they start fighting with her and then they tell their brother or whatever, it's all going to come back to you ultimately. And do you really want to have to deal with that? And then that girl could simply say, oh my God, he was just a friend, and what was your ex doing videotaping me anyway? She's so upset. She's so weird. When girls that aren't doing the right thing get caught, they try to deflect, and she will deflect and make it seem like you were some crazy person that got her phone out, that's like just like trying to look for her and like film her to try to sabotage her relationship. She will show her true colors yet again, and at that point it's their issue, girl. I wouldn't get involved personally, but check out the polls, check out the comments down below to see what your fellow Glamazons are saying. But for me personally, if it weren't for that little iota of a detail, girl, that they had already been together and that they broke up for this exact same ish before, then I would say, yeah, you know, he's your friend, like you guys ended on a good note, his sisters are your friend, like absolutely, like tell him. But at this point, like, like he already knew what he was getting himself into. So like, why try to save someone when they don't want to save themselves? Like if he wanted an honest girl, he should have found an honest girl. But you can't sit up there and be like, oh my God, I hate being cheated on. That's my biggest fear. So let me go get back with the cheater. Like, I would just mind my business and have fun and be looking cute at my dance and be like, no, I'm single and everything, but at least I ain't getting cheated on. Okay, so my last email is from my girl Imani. Hey Imani, I think that name is so beautiful, by the way. Her subject line is please read me. Girl, you got it. Hey Nikki, I love your videos and admire you as a person. I think you are beautiful. Thank you. The problem is my depression and anxiety. My parents had been called in for a meeting at school, and for about a week it was about me getting better. I'm not asking to be the center of attention, and I know they have enough on their plate. They just have such high expectations for me, and it's the biggest struggle of my life just to get out of bed and brush my teeth. there's a big culture difference between me and my friends, and I just feel like I don't fit in and I'm not normal and outgoing like the other girls. I'm extremely introverted and fight back panic attacks at the most stupid things. I just want my parents to understand how serious this is for me. I'm 14. It's not that they don't love me, they just don't understand. I fought back suicide thoughts and it hurts me. Love, Imani. If you guys have been following me on my Twitter, my Snapchat, I have been kind of telling you guys that I'm going to start touching on more of these controversial subjects such as anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, because it definitely needs to be talked about. I am here for a reason and I'm here to help you guys, and I am not going to sit here and tell you that I've never experienced the same. So I'm going to share some of my thoughts and some of my experience, and hopefully it helps you, love. But this is definitely a conversation that we all need to have, because I feel like a lot of us go through it and then we don't say anything, and it's really, really dangerous. So first of all, thank you so much for reaching out to me, because, you know, you didn't have to. You honestly did not have to. And I think that that was really, really brave, because it's so hard to admit that sometimes life itself is just too hard. Like, you don't want to seem weak. You don't want to seem different. And like, sometimes if you are an introvert, like, I am this person on camera and I love you guys so much, but I haven't always been this person. I really haven't. I was born an introvert. I was an introvert all my life until I just had no choice and I wanted to change that. But I was an introvert and I started experiencing anxiety. I think the first time I experienced like an anxiety attack, honestly, was when I was like 7. And at the time, I didn't know what it was. And my mom saw me, like, I don't know how to explain it. There were like legit moments, you guys, that I would like stop breathing. Like I would, like a full minute, I would just stop breathing. And like, it almost felt like I had like a lot of pressure in my chest. And like my body was like seizing up. And it would happen every few days. And like, sometimes it would happen in front of my mom, and you guys, I would just like lock up, and I didn't know what it was. I just thought I was weird. I thought like maybe I had a weird tic or something. What I didn't realize at the time, and my mom didn't realize it either, was that it was my anxiety manifesting itself physically. As far as like the high expectations, I totally get that. My mom had such high expectations for me, and she still does. And my mom just didn't really have like a whole lot of patience, and so I always felt like I don't want to disappoint her. I don't want to disappoint anybody. Like, you know, I want to be the best that I can be, but like I'm moving, and, you know, I know exactly how you're feeling. When you don't take care of your anxiety and you don't take care of your depression and you don't give yourself that time and the time to heal and the time to just really self-reflect and get everything in check, it can really be detrimental, and then it expands, and then it turns into something bigger and harder, and it turns into something very dark, which is suicidal thoughts. Anxiety usually stems from a situation that you can't control. And one of the biggest, hardest parts about having anxiety is trying to figure out where it stems from. Why? Why am I getting anxious? Why do I feel this way? What about this situation is making me anxious? Like, what is my trigger, for lack of better words? And mine was, I hate feeling like I'm not in control. I just don't like it. It will make me go into a full-blown anxiety attack. When I was a kid, you know, you don't really have a whole lot of say of what happens in your life, if you're moving, if you're not, you know, making friends, and like, you know, it's just, you're living your parents' life. You're living the life that your parents have set out for you, right? And sometimes that can be really, really overwhelming. My anxiety like kept escalating, and I did not take care of it, and I did not do anything about it, and I just kind of ignored it, and it really, really, really affected me. And by the time I got to high school, you guys, it was just so bad. Like, I was having an issue focusing in school. I was having an issue like making friends for a while. Everything that I was going through at my shitty school, it was just like all catching up to me all at once. And it just feels like you can't breathe. It feels like you have like an elephant sitting on your chest. Like, it just feels like there's no way out, and everything, like the walls are closing in on you, and everything just feels dark, and you just feel like this dark heaviness, and then it just leads into depression, and you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, and like everything is just negative thoughts flowing in, and then you feel like people can't understand you, people can't see you, like not just see you with their eyes, but see you you emotionally. Like, I am here. Like, why can't anybody see me? Ooh, girl, I be getting all kinds of emotional about this subject because I get it. I totally get it. And it's like the worst feeling in the entire world. Talk to your parents. Talk to your parents. And if they don't want to listen, talk to a counselor, talk to your grandma, talk to a sister, talk to a cousin, talk to me, talk to somebody, because somebody is going to listen. I can guarantee it. And when you start talking about it, it like opens up Pandora's box, and every time you talk, like, this is making me anxious, or I don't know how to stop this from happening, or I feel scared because I can't control this, or I'm nervous all the time, or people don't like me and I don't know how to make friends. When you talk about it, every time you talk about it, it's like it's like when you have like a tire and you like loosen the little knob on it and the air starts coming out. That's how it feels. Like, every time I talked about it, or every time I talked about my feelings or my fears, it would like, the pressure would kind of like alleviate from my chest and I could breathe a little more. I've said this so many times, and I say it because honestly, the common denominator for young people, even myself, going through the things that we go through as far as anxiety and depression and suicidal thoughts, is that these people, everyone that's going through this at some point or another, don't realize their worth in this life. They just don't realize that they matter. Either they haven't had anybody tell them that they matter, or they just genuinely don't believe that they matter, and they don't see any point in this life, and they don't see why they're here, and they don't know what their purpose is, and they just feel lost. And then before you know it, we lose another beautiful life that could have changed the world because that person didn't understand how much they matter. You have to understand, more than anything, I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if you have somebody abusive in your face, in your heart, and in your soul. You legit have to stamp it into your soul. I matter. My thoughts matter. My feelings matter. I matter in this world. And it's so important that you understand that your feelings matter. If you feel like the expectations from your parents are too high, talk to them and tell them, look, I don't know if I can do everything that you're asking me to do. I don't know if I can be the perfect daughter, but you know what? I'm having anxiety, and I need to get through today, and I need your help, and we'll worry about my future later, but can you just like please talk to me, because I feel like I'm losing control and I feel like nobody can see me. Anxiety is one of those things, it's not ever going to go away overnight. It's like something that you have to work at every single day, and it sucks so bad, but once you learn how to harness it, and once you learn how to almost like control it, it gets easier, and you'll learn different methods that work for you. Methods that worked for me were always exercising, you guys. Like, even when I was younger, like just me pushing myself, I would legit push myself to run another mile, or to just like expel this energy, this anxious energy, and I would expel it, and then like the pheromones, is that what it is? Like the feel good feeling that comes from it would kick in, and all of a sudden my anxiety would go away, like just that fast. Getting involved into activities, even if it sucks and you're so anxious to go, do it, because your anxiety, you cannot allow your anxiety to control your life, because it is such a slippery slope, you guys. Like, if you don't take care of it now, it just gets deeper and deeper rooted, and then it's hard to dig it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people do meditating in the morning, some people do yoga, some people just do regular exercising, some people do art and just paint away their problems. Every single person has their method. Just try it out. Give yourself some time. There's so much ugly in this world, but there's still so much beautiful in this world, and you haven't seen the best of it yet. Just hold on. Somebody in this life will be affected if you're not here, and even if you can't see it right now, trust and believe me. Like, even the people that you're going to meet in your future husband, your future wife, your future kids, all of that could not happen because you just had a weak moment. I've gone through different bouts of depression multiple times in my life, and what I've learned is don't fall into it, because we kind of make that mistake where when we're feeling really shitty, Like, I used to like listen to sad music or like music that kind of related to me at the time, and like I would like lock myself in my room. But you're just kind of enabling yourself, and you're like feeding that darkness to grow when you do that. It's honestly, you guys, it's a fight every day, and it's just taking those extra steps to make sure that your mind is clear and that your heart is not heavy, and just giving yourself that moment to just realize that you matter, listening to uplifting music, listening to happy music, opening your curtains, allow the sun to come in, girl, and see the light at the end of the tunnel. You have so much to see in this life. All of you guys have so much to live and so much to see in this life. And what you're feeling right now is just temporary. It's just in the moment. It's just then. And I know that it seems all encompassing, and I know that it seems like it's never going to end. But I swear, just hold on. It gets easier. You just have to work at it. Feel like this world does not take mental health as seriously as they should, because mental health in my mind is just as important, if not more important, than physical health. Mental health is constantly overlooked. Like, some people, because you can't see it, people just don't think it exists, and it does. The brain has so much power, and we just have to learn how to harness that power. It is our power. You don't let anybody take your power away from you. We decide what negative thoughts we let in. We decide what we allow ourselves to cultivate. Don't cultivate those bad thoughts. Don't cultivate your anxiety. It's a constant fight, and it's a pain in the butt, but every day it gets a little easier, and every day you start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and then one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna realize, oh my God, my anxiety isn't as bad today, or I don't feel anxiety at all, or you know, I'm learning how to get over it. I'm learning how to harness it. I'm learning. Life is gonna happen, and it's gonna be amazing, and you just have to be there. You just have to. You don't have any choice. I'm telling you, you don't have no choice, okay? So I better see you there and living life and being happy. You are so loved. You are so appreciated. You're so needed. You're so beautiful. Don't let life control you. You control your life. That is it for today's Ask Nikki, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please don't forget to share it with your friends and family that could find it helpful as well. Also, don't forget to participate in the polls that you can find on the top right hand corner of your screen to let your fellow Glamazons know your thoughts about their particular situation. And of course, leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. Also, if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you a part of my Glamazon family. So please don't forget to hit that huge subscribe button, and while you're down there, don't forget to hit that notification bell to be notified of every time I upload a crazy video here on my channel. Thank you guys so much for being my ride or dies. I can't wait to share some more wedding stuff with you guys and to just grow with you guys, and I miss you guys, and you guys are such a big part of my life, and I love y'all. And I will be back really soon with a brand new fresh video. It's gonna be something that I've never done before, but I think you guys are gonna love it. Of course, I will have another story time coming at y'all really soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for loving me and supporting me and just being the best Glamazon family a girl could ask for. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys really soon in my next video. Peace out.